Good evening, ladies and gents. If you can see my screen and you can hear my voice, please raise your hand on the Zoom application so that I know it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, hands coming in plenty. So, okay, just a sec, sorry. So guys, as usual, if you have questions, feel free to pop them in the chat box and in the Q&A box. So after the ordeal that happened last week, as you know, he's crying over spoiled Nick, and we'll move on. Played as it lays, and picked up a couple of trades, particularly this morning. And it looks like I'm going to be picking up some resources as well. I'm going to get to those in a moment. So looking at the portfolio at the minute. So I got back into Absa. We had a nice doji yesterday. Beautiful reversal candle there. I think it's going to come to retest that 183 support. Well, used to be resistance. I think it's going to come and hold it at support before breaking back above that 193. If we break 193, I will raise my stop loss to roughly. No, I don't want to rush these stop losses. I'll raise my stop to around 167, 167, 62. And not in a hurry to add to the position as yet either. Looking at Bitvest, nice ascending triangle pattern. I'm waiting for a breakthrough that top line, that 229.95. If you can break the 229.95 level, I'll raise my stop loss, but not add to it as yet. The ascending support line is holding quite strongly, constantly finding buyers at that bottom line there. Capitec moving nicely into the higher box. So I'm going to wait for it to come through this box, at which point I'll probably be raising to around break even and add to my position, or perhaps just below those lows there, depending on how the top line handles once the market gets there. I'm expecting the market to have some sort of reaction. But yeah, if it breaks through that into that higher box, I will most likely add it to the position. First rand broke out yesterday, took out that 77 rand. If we go back, you have to go back to around 2018 since we last saw these prices. Took out that high today, making that high close there yesterday. So I added to the position. So I added to the position. Market came back. I raised my stop loss to around that 70 rand level. With interest rate rising, I think there's I don't know if the interest rates are already priced in the market. But you know, if it goes up, we buy it, man. If it goes up, we buy it. Investec moving into the high box. I started rebuilding this position. I'm gonna wait to see how, because this is quite a wide box, man. It's about 6 odd rand box, 6-7 rand odd box. So I'm gonna look to see if there's no price action that I could raise my stop loss or add to the position. MTN coming to retest that support line and that 52 exponential moving average, waiting for it to come through that, to come take out that 208 level. I'm suspecting another ascending triangle pattern before that breakout there. That's going to be quite a wait. Perhaps when it does break through that 208 level, I'll raise my stop loss and certainly add to the position. But for now, that 187 level looks quite decent as a place to raise my stop loss to. Rand merchant looking very nice, making all-time highs. So at the minute, let's quickly do that. Bring back the boxes. As you can see, maybe we can make it a little bit wide there. Take out to take these lows into consideration. Perhaps could be stingy with it. And maybe accommodate that that candle there. So duplicate that into, and then let's change the color. So yeah, gonna be waiting for Rand merchant to go into that higher box. Looking very, very nicely, bouncing off that 50-day exponential moving average. Looking very good. I think I'm gonna raise my stop loss to just below those lows there, around that 47 Rand level. Won't make much of a difference. Just to reduce a little bit of a risk there. Sanlam also not looking too badly, broke out there. So now what's going to happen, I'm going to wait for it to close through those highs there. So if you zoom, if you can start to make those highs above 84 Rand, which is quite a range. So I am expecting the market to have a bit of a reaction before getting there, because it's quite a distance, man, about 14 or 13 Rand odd. Yeah, around 13 Rand. Man, that's quite a range. I do expect the market to have a bit of a reaction between now and then, at which point I'll look to raise my stop loss and maybe add to the position. Before before breaking that 84 Rand level. Sapi looking good. Sapi looking good. Nice bullish engulfing candle today. I'm holding on the other side of that resistance level there. So now let's duplicate that and pull it. So now I'm going to wait for the market to come back above, see that level, 64 Rand level held nicely as support. The market came, held as support for about a week or so, came back to this level, held it again as support until that that level was broken there. So I'm expecting the market to have a bit of a reaction there. So if the market closes through that, call it 65 Rand, I'll then most likely add to the position. And again, this is quite some distance, man. That's quite some distance. Yeah, that's quite some distance. What is it? About 11 odd Rand. So yeah, I'm going to be looking for some reaction between now and then, to look for areas where I could when I could raise my stop loss and perhaps add to the position before we break that 65 rand level. Standard Bank also looking very good. So I'm waiting for that resistance level there to break through 199. Case so I'm going to be waiting for the stock to break 199 and look to add to the position. Transaction capital, nice round bottom there. I think the market will have another reaction, perhaps coming to test that 50-day exponential moving average, forming that cup and handle formation there. But in the meantime, just waiting for that 50 Rand 30 level to break. If you can break that level, we could break it on the round bottom, but I do suspect that the market will have will first create a handle formation before breaking out. I'm liking how our transaction capital is looking at the minute. Vodacom breaking out nicely, taking out that level there, which a level I was waiting for. So I'm gonna raise my stop loss ever so slightly. I'm not gonna rush it too hard, to maybe around 150 or maybe just below that 50 exponential moving average, around 148 or so, just to jog my stop loss behind the trade. Last but not least is Woolies. Looking very good, forming a nice round bottom, and a nice golden cross there. So when it closes through that 59 Rand level, I'll raise my stop loss just below the 50-day exponential moving average to around 54 and reducing the risk ever so slightly. And then I'll wait for the market to take out that high there. Once the market takes out that 63 Rand level, I'll look to maybe raise my stop loss and or add to the position. That's it from the open positions. So stocks that I'm going to be buying tomorrow, Implants. Implants looking very, very nicely. I'm holding that support, bouncing back above that 50-day exponential moving average, providing me with a nice tight stop loss. So I'm going to start building position from tomorrow with a tight stop there at 1883. If you want to target that 2504 level isn't a bad idea. Is it a bad place to take some profits? But that's when I'll probably be looking to add to my position. And we look at the trend line. The market is maintaining that support trend line there. Looking very, very nice, man. Looking very, very nice. So the line of least resistance is decidedly upward. So I'm gonna start building a position tomorrow, with a tight stop there at 1883. Another one I'm gonna be buying tomorrow is Anglo. Guys, if you have questions or chat requests, please pop them in the chat box, or the Q&A box. I'll get to them in just a moment. Adam, I'll be with you in just a moment. Anglo again, also holding that 50-day exponential moving average, holding that support very, very nicely, and closing through that candle. So also again, going to start build a position with a nice tight stop just below that candle there, around 711, and then again look to see how the market reacts once it takes out that 831 Rand level. But I'm going to start building position tomorrow. And lastly is Kumba. Kumba holding the support trend line very, very nicely, breaking that resistance level there after bouncing off the 50-day exponential moving average with the kangaroo tail there, looking very, very nicely. So I'm going to be building a position there with a nice tight stop at 589, just below the 50-day exponential moving average. And I'm going to be waiting to see how the market takes care of 686. I'm expecting the market to react, maybe back to that, either back to the support line or back to 644 Rand level. So Adam asked on purple. Let me first pull. Okay, not that one. Just a moment. Let me just want to pull trading view very quickly. Let's look at purple group. Purple group, and then we're going to be looking at Pepco and Afrimat in just a moment. Oh God, let's give it a moment. PPE, and that's stocks. So with purple, let me first jump into the weekly chart to see what's happening there. I did expect the market to bounce off that support level. I did post that that a few weeks ago. It's a good dip to buy on purple group. I think it's going to form that ascending triangle pattern before breaking through, but I do think it's on a fundamental basis. I think it's good company. I'm holding it for fundamental reasons, but also the technical picture, man, looking very, very nicely. Nice gap at the start of the week there. I think I'm expecting the 350 Rand level to hold up. I'm expecting the 350 Rand level to hold before, but this trade I think has some legs, man. I think it has some legs. Pepcore, let's look at Pepcore. Change that to the GAC. Yeah, I think this is looking good. I'm actually long Pepco, not in the traders yet, but looking very good. Nice ascending triangle pattern, bouncing off that 50-week exponential moving average. Look at that nice golden cross there. You want that wind at the back. Nice doji as well. Let's see how it looks on the daily chart. So I'm going to start buying above 23, let's call it 24 Rand. Once it breaks above 24 Rand, I'm going to start buying Pepco. Nice ascending triangle pattern there, man. If you can put your stop loss right there to 21 Rand, looking very, very nicely. And then let's look at Afrimat. This looks very bullish. I think it's still fairly safe, if not already in to jump in. Think I have my stop loss at 46 Rand 30 on my ungeared portfolio on this stock. But I think if you, let's delete that. Hey, when I'm in. Yeah, I think it's not entirely it's still worth the buy, is what I'm trying to say. And stock making new highs, looking quite decent, and just the resources stocks, man, are looking quite decent at the moment. So that be it. If there's no more questions, if there is, feel free to pop them in the Q&A box or the chat box, or if you have a chart that you want to be looking at. The video will be up on YouTube in a bit, in a couple of hours or so. If you're not subscribed to the VillageTrader YouTube channel already, do subscribe. And hit the bell notification so that you're notified when these videos are up. Otherwise, if there's no questions, we're gonna park it here, guys. I'm running a coaching practice. I'm still sorting out the scheduling. It's probably going to be running every evening between 5:30 and 6:30. If you want to get details on that, email me on Njabulo at villagetrader.co.za if you want some details on how that works and quotations and that sort of thing. Email me at Njabulo at villagetrader.co.za. Next week I will create a little pricing thing, so for all of you guys to see how it all works. But for now, if you're interested, feel free to drop me a mail, Njabulo at villagetrader.co.za. Also do follow me on Twitter at VillageTraderZA. Otherwise, I see no more questions coming in. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for joining me this evening. Let's do this again next Wednesday. Have a great evening. Cheers.